romance books. These are my favorite. I am going to be sharing these with you guys because these literally had me running around my room, squealing, giggling, kicking my feet. These have all of my favorite book boyfriends, and so if you guys need a good book boyfriend, I got you guys. Okay, starting off with one of my most recent reads and favorite reads is Tell Me It's Right by Katie Wismer. This romance book literally made me so happy. I could not put this book down. I was obsessed with this story. It's a brother's best friend trope. It is a slow burn situation. It literally had like the perfect amount of spice, not too much, not too little. Literally a perfect romance book in my opinion. Look how obsessed. I tabbed like every other page. I thank my lucky stars that this is a series. This is book 1. I don't think book 2 is out yet, but when it comes out, I will let you guys know. If it is as good as this, I'm gonna be a very happy girl. Next is Brushing Off Business by Amira Denali. I literally talk about this book all the time on here because I am genuinely obsessed with this romance book. This is like Grumpy and Sunshine trope, except the girl is like the grumpier one and the guy is like the golden retriever Sunshine. Literally fell in love with this man. He is the perfect example of a healthy and stable man. And one of the reasons I fell in love with this book was because I felt like it was a very beautiful representation of a healthy relationship. None of that toxic stuff. I don't really like those kinds of like romance stories, but this was such a beautiful book. I loved it so much. Jess read her second book, Designs on You, and it was super cute. First one is still and probably will always be my favorite, but this series is super underrated. You guys should definitely check it out. I'm literally obsessed. Do I even need to say anything else? You guys know I talk about this all the time on here. Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This entire series is literally my heart. I'm obsessed with these characters. I'm obsessed with the plot. Such a beautiful romance story, but at the same time, it's not just a romance story. There are so many other things that are happening in this book that genuinely make it such a special book and series. You will forever be obsessed with this series. If you want a series that you can really like grow with and connect with, this is the romance series for you. This is so cute and it's for the girlies. I will stand by that. This is for the girlies. Also, Johnny Kavanaugh, I love you. I love you. Next is The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. This is a historical fiction romance and it is such a beautiful story. I cried so hard reading this. You don't understand. In my opinion, one of the most incredible romance stories I've been able to experience. Literally had so much to write about this in my review. I literally wrote, I can't think of one thing wrong with this book. I have no criticism for this novel, other than the fact that I wish it could have kept going because I was so sad it ended. I feel as if the kind of love in this story is the kind of love that everybody wishes that they could experience. And so I think that's why it was such a special story in my opinion. I was absolutely obsessed with this book. It makes sense. Next is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This is a fantasy and romance. So this is a romantasy book. Again, I fell absolutely head over heels in love for this man in this book. Has such a beautiful romance. It has slow burn, which is literally my favorite trope in a romance ever. He is literally obsessed with her, and that, in my opinion, is the only way it should ever be, which is why I loved this book. One of my favorite romantasy books ever. Not only does this book have a beautiful romance story, it is super cool. The plot is so entertaining. This book has dragons, it has action. Literally the perfect romantasy book right here, guys. Right here. If you want a new favorite book boyfriend, read this. Last, of course, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the ACOTAR series. If you guys have not read that series, it is a very popular series and it is worth the hype. This man was my very, very first book boyfriend ever. So I think he will always be number one because he was always the first. This book is absolutely incredible. This is the second book and this is really where the romance unfolds and the love story starts. I literally just couldn't get enough. It's one of those books that is addicting and the romance story is like you want more, you want more, you want more, so you keep reading it. If you guys have not read this book or the series, please read it. It is worth the hype and you will fall in love Okay friends, that is all for today. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys get to read some of these or have read some of these. Let me know in the comments which ones you guys read and which ones you guys want to read. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.